King Charles has spoken out on Andrew's arrest. He has gone on to say, and I quote, law must take its own course. King Charles has said that full, fair and proper process that will be followed. He also added that the authorities have our support and cooperation. The former prince who has been accused of misconduct in public office, and this is in connection with the Epstein files, that King Charles has now gone on to support the move that has been taken against Andrew after he has been arrested. King Charles saying that the law must take its own course, and like any other case, this case should be treated as fairly as the law must take its course. He said that full, fair and proper process that must be followed. King Charles also adding that the authorities have our support and cooperation, and the former prince who's been accused of misconduct in public office must have due action taken against him as the law deems. Pranay Upadhyay will join us shortly to take us through the details of what has now been said by King Charles. Remember, this is a big statement that has come in as Andrew has been arrested, and after his arrest, King Charles now adding that this case should be treated like any other. The law must take its course and it should not be different for anyone. He's gone on to reiterate and put out that message very strongly to say that full, fair and proper process must be followed. King Charles adding that the authorities fully have our support and cooperation, and action must be taken as deemed fit according to the law. The former prince, I beg your pardon. All right. Pranay Upadhyay will join us shortly to take us through the details, but the former prince who's been accused of misconduct in public office, you would remember that picture and what has come in through those redacted files of Prince Andrew's association with Epstein. And now King Charles saying that the law must take its course. Let me take this to Pranay, who's now live with us on the broadcast. Pranay, big messaging coming in from King Charles to how this case must move forward, also reiterating for one and all that the law is the same and there should be no preferential treatment.
Absolutely, Suresha. This is very much on the expected lines, because we have seen the kind of statement coming from the Kensington Palace, Prince William and Princess Kate. Besides that, now King Charles have also come out with a statement clearly distancing from the conduct of Prince Andrew, and clearly that the royalty of UK was under pressure after the way the details about the Epstein file, the involvement of Prince Andrew came to surface, and after that the royalty wanted to distance from these allegations and their involvement. But clearly, this is a big fall for Prince Andrew, the way the kind of correspondence has come in, to surface. And the Thames Valley Police Station has registered a case. Prince Andrew and his premises are under investigation. And this is not only about the misconduct at a public office, but this is also about the involvement of, the human trafficking aspect of it. And in fact, these are the very serious allegations which has come to surface after the Department of Justice of the United States have released these documents. Further tranche of documents are still expected, because, this is around 300 GB data, which was, confiscated and, confiscated by the U.S. police authorities while they were investigating Jeffrey Epstein. And in fact, if you see, the very many big names came to surface and appeared in these Jeffrey Epstein files and the Jeffrey Epstein documents. But so far, this is the biggest name or the biggest fall which is coming from the United Kingdom. And this may put pressure on various other names as well, those whose name appeared in these Jeffrey Epstein files. But clearly, the statement coming from the UK Prime Minister clearly indicating that no one is above the law, and also a statement coming from Prince Charles clearly saying that that no one is above law and law will take its own due course. So clearly, the royalty trying to distance themselves from here and about the personal conduct of Prince Andrew. And besides that, the UK police has already started their investigation in the case.
All right, Pranay, I trust you to keep us ahead on every development. For the moment, many thanks for getting us the latest. And moving on, a sequel, a storm, and once again, Kerala at the heart of a political flashpoint. With the trailer of the Kerala Story 2 now out, fault lines have sharpened over faith, facts and freedom of expression as the row moves beyond the big screen into the heart of political discourse. And joining me on the broadcast today are Kerala Story 2's director Kamakhya and producer Mr. Vipul Shah. Thank you so much for speaking to India today. I firstly want your response on the biggest controversy right now, Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who's described the film once again as a propaganda and an attempt to malign the state. How do you respond to this?
Whom do you want to answer? Whom do you want
Mr.
to
Shah, you
answer?
can go
Vipul,
first.
you start.
Yeah, so with very great respect, I want to tell the Chief Minister of Kerala that A, we are not maligning any state. Kerala is our God's own country, beautiful country. I love it. We all have gone multiple times to Kerala. We all know how pretty it is. But just because it is as pretty as it is, it doesn't mean that it does not have criminals. Now, let me ask another counter question to the CM with all humility at my command that after the first one, when we were accused of lying about the number of 32,000 girls, on 6th of June that year, we had put out a YouTube video explaining the number of 32,000 girls with names, the organizations which had a certain data to a data which was already published or already was put on the floor of the house. Now, if the intention that is attributed to us that we are trying to malign the state, what about the data which was tabled in the assembly, and that was somewhere around 7,800 girls in 2 years. So when we put that 32,000 data, we actually expected the government to take really harsh action against all those criminals and end this nexus in Kerala completely. And to be very honest, I'm not aware what actions have been taken. We are requesting the Chief Minister through this video again one more time with folded hands that kindly take action against those criminals, end this crime in Kerala, and make sure that you end it so well that we cannot make, even if we want to make Kerala Story 3, because there is no case in Kerala after this. So if he does that, then there will be no question of maligning the state, and neither will we get any chance.
I'll take this to Kamakhya because Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan says that this is a film that is a propaganda, it's spreading hate, and this is just an exaggeration. It's not really the state of Kerala that all of this is happening.
Yes, it's not only the state of Kerala, it's happening all over India, but it's happening in Kerala also. And it's not propaganda, it's truth. So truth is sometimes hard to digest. I would request humbly the Chief Minister, sir, that he goes, studies the judgments, studies the case studies, looks at the FIRs. He will understand we are speaking the truth. As a filmmaker, we are responsible filmmaker. We don't propagate lies and false narrative. Everything what we have shown in the film is based on the true events, and we can request him to study the materials. I can send him all those materials.
Okay, I'll come back to that.
I would like to just add one line over here, and you will be aware of all these cases. There was this guy called Jalaluddin alias Jangur Baba was caught in UP, I think a year and a half back. And there was an allegation, he's in jail right now, and the allegation is that he's converted more than 3,000, 4,000 girls. There is another case of Mohammed Gautam who has been, put behind bars, life imprisonment punishment given by the court for converting more than 1,000 girls. Recently, I think 15 days back, there is a gentleman by the name of Prince who was actually posing to be a Hindu and has converted or allegedly converted more than 300 girls. You all have seen the gym jihad where the gyms were used to trap the girls. If thousands and thousands of girls are being trapped into this, and after that, if somebody turns around and says that this is a propaganda and this is a lie, then I don't know how to respond to something which is so evident. And just to tell you, while they are all concerned about the fact that, we should not be propagating so-called lies through our film. I have never seen even one reaction on Twitter, Instagram, or anywhere when such guys are caught regularly. They're
Okay.
not condemned by the
Okay.
same people who want us to stop making this film. So it is very evident that which side they are on.
I take your point because all of this has been reported. I do take your point there. But as a producer, I want to understand from you, given the sort of political reactions that are coming in once again, and you face this in 2023 as well, but are you anticipating resistance or fresh attempts to block the release of this film in certain states? Are you prepared for that possibility?
It is possible that some people will be very upset with the fact that we are exposing more people and we are exposing a nexus and trying to save so many families and so many girls' lives. So, when you do that, some people do get uncomfortable and they will attempt. But we have full faith in our judiciary, and I think the courts will be able to deal with it if that's the matter. Uh, and rest of it all, see, when you are making a film like Kerala Story, when you are exposing such a big nexus, somewhere down the line, somewhere in your heart, you do know that some people will get very, very upset with you and they will try and target you. And that's something I have to be ready for.
Okay, Kamakhya, I want to come back to you. While I agree with you, Mr. Shah, conversion is a reality. But Kamakhya, while I was watching the trailer, it did suggest that one story that hailed from Rajasthan, one from Madhya Pradesh, and one from Kerala. In that scenario, would it be fair for the title to be Kerala Story 2?
It's Kerala Story 2 goes beyond. It's a spiritual sequel of Kerala Story 1. In Kerala, see, communication is a tool to sensitize people, and filmmaking is one of them. In first, what we set as a narrative that there are this kind of things happening in Kerala, people accepted it, people went to the theaters, watched, and there was a talk among the society. People started saying that this is a thing which is happening only in Kerala. So we wanted to tell everyone in this country that it's not only in Kerala, it is everywhere, in every street, in every state, in every city. There is someone who is there standing to trap your daughter, sister, mother, and we want to make everyone conscious, sensitize that this is a trap. Let's get out of this.
Okay. Hence, I extend my question here to really get your side of the story, to understand the due diligence, the research that has gone into shaping the film, especially now Kerala Story 2. And you've seen the sort of consequences that happened the first time around, despite the adulation and admiration that the film also enjoyed. This time around, what is the research that has gone into it, and where is it that you're picking from?
See, last three years, we have been doing the research. I have been doing documentaries on demography. And when I was doing those documentaries, I understood love trap can be a great instrument to take our girls, to use them for change of demography. And then I realized that we should do a film. And Vipul sir was writing this film with Amarnath Jha. And then we started conversation and we started doing. So last 3-4 years, I've been meeting the victims, I'm meeting the parents, I'm meeting the police officials. Everyone has been telling me that, yes, there is a problem. And there is a serious problem that the gangs, the goons are planning to change the demography of this country.
Mr. Shah, you continue to say that this is a film to spread awareness, to let all the innocent girls know that this is a reality. But there is also the other section that says that it deepens communal divide, it's spreading hate. How do you address those concerns given the sort of impact this can have through your storytelling?
No, I'm surprised with that kind of an accusation because when Jangur can convert 3,000-4,000 girls and there is no social disharmony, or Muhammad Gautam can convert 1,000 girls and there is no social disharmony. But when I make a film and we show something, some true cases in the film, only then there will be a social disharmony. It's a very imbalanced approach in our life. I can understand that if the reaction on every case when they were caught was equally vehement and strong, then I would have understood this comment. This is purely a agenda-driven criticism of the film. There is no truth to any of the criticism. We are exposing whatever is thrown at us, and people are seeing through it that we are telling the truth, and that is why people are connecting with the film. Obviously, our truth is making a lot of people uncomfortable. So then, how do you discredit the film by saying that, oh, look, this is going to create a disharmony? So I'm surprised that when thousands of girls' lives are destroyed, at that time the social harmony is not disturbed, and only a film will disturb it. That's not a right assumption.
And on this note, I'd like to bring in my colleague Shibimol KG, who has been tracking every angle of this story. Shibimol, you just heard from the filmmakers and what they said, especially of the disclaimers that were given the first time around in the first part of the claims that were made in the first film, and how they backed it by also putting out a YouTube video later. But the biggest counter that came in of how there was exaggeration on the part of their storytelling on their claims.
Even when the part 1 was released, there was widespread criticism against film, especially coming in from Kerala, saying that with some of the politicians and some of the social commentators asking questions like, as the makers even visited Kerala once to know what exactly is the situation in the state. So these were the kind of criticism that was, raised against the film when the first part was released. Also, many questions were raised regarding the 32,000 women that they first mentioned, the first teaser. Later, the makers had changed the figure, saying that it's not 32,000, it's much less than that. There was another issue also regarding the statements of two chief ministers of Kerala being, used in an edited version of those being used. So these were the criticisms, these were the issues that were raised by the chief minister of the state and also the other politicians of the state. The film, however, was not banned in Kerala, saying that it's up to the people. If people wants to watch, then there's no problem in watching the film. The second part, however, raises more questions, because since the last few days, if you see, ever since the second teaser has released, the social media space of Kerala has been taken over by the teaser, with multiple criticism being directed against a scene in the teaser in which a woman is being force-fed beef, saying that, this is what happens in Kerala and all of that. So multiple questions are now being raised. The latest that we're picking up is that a petition has been filed at the Kerala High Court by a Keralite, saying that he was shocked to see the way the state was portrayed in the teaser. And it has in the petitioner sought the Kerala High Court to stall the release of the film, or there should be changes made to the teaser and changes made to the film. So the High Court, what we're learning right now is that the High Court has issued a notice to the censor board and the makers of the film to submit a reply. So just like how it happened in the first part, the matter is now become legal. Earlier, many state governments banned the film. In Tamil Nadu and West Bengal, the first part was banned. There was a court battle that took place. In the second part also, we're seeing now a petition being filed at the Kerala High Court. So we'll have to wait and see how the legal turn of events is going to take place in the coming days.
And the last time around, the Kerala High Court had not allowed a stay on the film. Now we wait and watch what really happens this time. Shibimol will keep coming back to you for further updates. For the moment, many thanks for getting us the latest. And the latest coming in on the controversy on Kerala Story 2. The storm is intensifying. Yes, a petition has now been filed in Kerala High Court against the film Kerala Story 2. The demand of the petitioner is either stay the release. High Court has issued a notice to the I&B Ministry, CBFC and the producers of the movie Kerala Story 2. The case will be considered on the 24th of February. The petitioner has said that the teaser shocked his conscience as it shows the state of Kerala in extremely bad light. Joining me on the broadcast is Mr. M.A. Baby, General Secretary, CPIM, also former Minister of Kerala. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to India Today this afternoon. I also had a chat with the makers a short while ago, and they said we are presenting facts. That is what we are doing. If anybody questions us on whatever is being presented in the film, we are ready to back it with evidence on every level. Why is it that you continue to call it a propaganda?
You see, in different parts of our country, certain unfortunate incidents are being reported. For example, in the state of Madhya Pradesh, I heard that students of a particular school, their annual day celebration was held. Students belonging to one religion, they were to observe the school day separately, and students belonging to minority community, they were not allowed to participate in this. To put Kerala in the same light is preposterous. Only the other day, we had an international seminar where renowned economist and Nobel laureate Professor Amartya Sen said that Kerala is famous for its secular values. Similarly, world-renowned historian Professor Romila Thapar also, while speaking in the function online, she underlined the importance of Kerala, where minority community is protected with their rights. Majority community and minority community live in amity. This particular picture, film, titled Kerala Story 2, what is being depicted in that film, allegedly, I am not very sure, is that some people are being forced to eat meat which they dislike to consume. There is no such incidence in the state of Kerala. So it's utterly concocted, a manufactured story. This is
all right.
intended to divide the people of Kerala on communal lines.
Sir,
Divide
I
the people
asked the
of
very
India
same question
on
to the
communal
makers.
lines.
Exactly the point that you're making, sir. I asked the very same question to the makers. In fact, the trailer itself of the film has depicted the story of three girls, one from Madhya Pradesh, one incident in Rajasthan and one incident in Kerala. And I asked the makers, then why is it that it is being called the Kerala story too? To which the makers said that while this is a pan-India issue when it comes to conversion, and all these news reports have come to light and have been coming to light, but with regards to what they stated in Kerala story, the first part, and they were of the view that despite presenting facts to the government, nothing has been done, no action has been taken against the perpetrators. How do you respond to that?
No, what the government should do and government may do, that is a different matter. I am not expected to comment on that. The point is that for the rabid communal forces in India, Kerala continues to be an impregnable fort. Their communal machinations are not succeeding in Kerala. Therefore, they are making such atrocious films, which is a tissue of lie. And they are trying to create problems within Kerala and outside. The people of Kerala would give a firm rebuff to these kind of communally poisonous machinations.
And to say that the timing is precarious ahead of the polls in Kerala. Last time around we had seen an attempt to also block this film in certain states. Now again we are getting the news of how a petition has been filed. What would you say on that front? And whether you would want the film to release in Kerala?
You see, there is this question of right to expression, freedom of expression. We always defend the freedom of expression, not only in stories, in poems, songs, or even theater productions and films. But this freedom should not be misused to sow poisonous communal seeds in the minds of the people. So society as a whole should come forward, and the legal system should also take note of this and take a view whether such pictures, films with poisonous content should be permitted to be screened. That will create problems in society. Even communal rights can be unleashed. So we have to be very, very careful about that.
All right, Mr. M.A. Baby, I appreciate you joining us on the show today and sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
All right, we now shift our focus as election season draws closer. The Supreme Court has sent out a strong message on the growing culture of poll time freebies. Hearing a case linked to a free electricity scheme in Tamil Nadu, the court has questioned why such major subsidies are being announced at the last minute just before the elections without anticipatory preparation. The top court has warned that such decisions could strain public finances and hurt long-term economic growth. The bench led by Chief Justice of India Suryakant raised larger concerns, asking if states already running losses can afford sweeping subsidy promises. The court said that this is not just about Tamil Nadu. If governments continue to provide free money, electricity and other benefits without clear eligibility checks, the burden will ultimately fall on the taxpayers. The Supreme Court has now called for all political parties to rethink pre-poll freebies. Let me take this to my colleague Anisha Mathur, who was tracking all that happened in the top court on this matter. And really, Anisha, high time that the judiciary has now stepped into this very pertinent issue, questioning across party lines as far as a rethink of this freebie politics is concerned.
Well, yes, Ayesha, very important comments being made by the Supreme Court. Interestingly enough, in a petition that had been filed by the Tamil Nadu against the Tamil Nadu Electricity Act, which is talking about the tariff gap between the revenue that is earned and what is spent and what the discoms earn. And there the court flagged this issue that when there is a serious revenue deficit in the state, and not just in Tamil Nadu, but across the board, we are seeing revenue deficits in the states, that the states do not have the money to spend on anything except employee salaries and maybe the subsidies, then why is it that political parties consistently and constantly, repeatedly give out freebies? In fact, I'm quoting the court here for one sentence that the bench said was that why is it that we are constantly, from morning to evening, from food to electricity to everything, why are you giving things for free? Why aren't you making our people in India why aren't you developing the people, the human resources of India? How is it that you expect development when instead of empowering the people, you are making them used to freebies? And it's a very, very key comment coming in from the Supreme Court, Suesha, where the court is questioning why are you making people dependent on such freebies? Secondly, what they've said that if you wanted to do something like this, then you should have put it in as part of your budget. Why is it that you have simply made this announcement without budgeting for where the money for this kind of free electricity is going to come from? Thirdly, what the court has said is that nation building and national economy will be affected if political parties continue to give out freebies in the manner that they are. The welfare policy has to be created properly. Interestingly enough, Suesha, the court in fact said the headache then comes to courts when these policies get challenged. The question is of planned versus non-planned expenditure, and therefore the governments across states must be more careful, because it is a question of nation building versus getting people used to the largesse. Back to you.
Anisha, this is the point that we have been making from day one in our studios, to say that ultimately it is burdening the exchequer. And while it may appear as a freebie for that moment, but fact is that eventually the burden is still falling on us, the taxpayers. So really, to address this for our politicians to understand, and in this particular case of Tamil Nadu, where free electricity was given as a promise, irrespective of who hailed from which financial status or economic background, to really say that our politicians have been pushing these promises.
Well, definitely, Suesha, and this is, by the way, not the first time the Supreme Court has flagged this kind of an issue. Now, today's hearing, interestingly, was not even about freebies. It was by the DISCOM regarding the electricity tariff payments. But we've seen PILs also coming in the Supreme Court, where this question has been flagged. And over again, courts have asked, well, if you are promising something, where is the funds for it? In fact, a few months ago, we had a case where the Maharashtra government came under fire from the Supreme Court, where they said, well, we do not have the funds to implement a particular procedure that was supposed to happen, which is, by the way, appointment of persons when it comes to child and women welfare schemes that are there nationally. The court said, well, when you have the money to give out direct benefits under various schemes which are politically inclined, then why do you not have money for the policies that have to be implemented? Back.
All right, we wait and watch how the story develops. Anisha, at the moment, many thanks for getting us the latest. And well, that's all that we can pack for you in this edition of Super 6.